Many thanks for joining us. I am Rita Omodia. We begin with a story here where the House Committee on Public Petition has summoned the Nigerian Electricity Liability Management Company over the fate of an amputee, one Quadre Tauru. It also summoned the management of the Ikeja Electricity Distribution Company to make a second appearance before the Committee on Public Petitions on March 13. Tauru, 37, is demanding 200 million naira from the company as compensation for the loss of his two limbs in May 2018 explosion. Appearing before the committee to narrate the incident, Maria Okwara, a PHCN representative, said Tauru was not a staff of PHCN but a student who had completed his industrial training program before the incident occurred. Okwara noted that all the liabilities inherited from the privatized companies are handled by Nigerian Electricity Liabilities Company of Nigeria.
Date of the accident, which is 5th May 2008, Quadre was not a staff of PACM. It is true that he did his IT at PACM and had concluded his period of training before this accident occurred.
Deputy Chairman of the committee, Abubakar Fulata, who presided, charged IKEDC to have a rethink on the 5 million naira compensation offered some years ago, stressing that the victim has been rendered useless to himself and the society.
It is, look at him, completely amputated. He cannot be useful to himself. He needs, for life, he needs someone to take care of him, for life.
A member of the committee, Honorable Wali Raji, who represents Ekpe Federal Constituency, Lagos, called for the need to provide a permanent nurse for Tauru as he cannot take adequate care of himself.
You look at the situation he is. For anybody to now describe what his demand as unreasonable, I mean, it makes me, I mean, my heart bleeds, you know.
In a chat with newsmen after the hearing, the victim and his wife lamented that they have been struggling to survive, adding that they can no longer continue their education as a result of the situation they found themselves.
I live for charity. People donating 1,000, 2,000, 1,500. That has been my case for the past 10 years. So it has not been easy. Whenever I'm down, I'm forced to go to unqualified nurses to treat me because I can't afford bills of normal hospital.
Moving on, the Catholic Diocese in Benue State have held a prayer ceremony in honor of the dead and living 1 month after the 73 victims massacred by herdsmen militia were laid to rest at their graveyard in Makurdi, the state capital. The bishops in the diocese decried the murderous attack on innocent Nigerians and prayed to God for the repose of the souls of the 73 martyrs and their families, and commended the state government for locating accessible sites.
This liturgical celebration as Catholics and Christians to remember the souls of the faithful departed, that in the course of God's intervention in their lives, may He grant them eternal rest.
Oh, who we are slain in Agatu, in Guma, in Ukum, in Logo, Way West, Kwande, and other local governments of Benue State, and also in Plateau, Nasarawa, and Taraba states.
The Chairman Catholic Bishop Conference, Archbishop Ignatius Kegama, who also doubles as the Bishop of Jos Diocese, admonished Nigerians to learn to honor the dead, not only when they are rich.
The street and have nobody to protect them. When the big ones die, people are struggling to come for space. They are struggling and arrive in big vehicles all for one person. But when the poor man dies, nobody knows.
Meanwhile, Governor Samuel Ortom of Benue State thanked the Catholic Church for this honor on innocent Nigerians and promised that his government will remain committed to the church and the people.
Is that we stand with the people because the people themselves have demonstrated they are standing with us, and we have no other thing to give back in return than to stand with the people.
On our next story here, the leadership of the National Union of Local Government Employees, NELMCO, has sought the backing of former President Olusegun Obasanjo towards the actualization of an autonomous local government system in Nigeria. NELMCO National President, Comrade Ibrahim Khalil, disclosed this after he led other union leaders on a working visit to former President Olusegun Obasanjo in Abeokuta. He expressed optimism that the passage of the bill will stem the tide of incessant clashes between herdsmen and farmers through effective policing at the grassroots level.
We are also using the opportunity to plead to other state house assembly in the country to do the needful by quickly pass this transmitted bill into law so that the dividends of democracy will be enjoyed by Nigerian people. Our opinion as a union is that Nigerian people deserve autonomous local government system.
Or your APC members. Still on the news, members of the All Progressives Congress in Oyo State have raised alarm over plans by leadership of the party to handpick candidates for the May 12, 2018 local government election in the state. The protesters from Egbeda and other local government areas in the state converged on the Okeado Secretariat of the party in Ibadan with placards of various inscriptions. The party members who disrupted the vehicular movement in the area accused their leaders of bias and injustice.
To let the people know what is going on in our party, because some of us, we bought the form for the primary, but till this present hour, no guideline from the party, and we asked Baba Akinyoke to show us or to give out the guideline.
One of the protesters, Kamorudin Obiseso, said the leadership of the party has decided to handpick candidates for the council poll, which is against the promise made by Governor Biola Jimobi.
And he was telling us nothing like Senako again, no lamis, but after the election, he turned things upside down. He now putting people from Senako into power. He decided not to take anyone from Lamis and other members like PDP reform. No, I'm from PDP reform.
He added that the existence of factions in Oyo State chapter of the party, if not checked, would spell doom ahead the 2019 general elections. All attempts to get the reaction of the leadership of the party to the allegations by the protesters proved abortive, as some of the leaders at the Secretariat reacted this way. Still to come, Ibadan community raises alarm over criminal activities. Details of this and other stories when